Hi everyone, Linda Reed-Enever here, and we've got Michael from Lumen 5.
Hello,
Say
thanks for having
hi.
me. Hello, everyone.
Oh, we're excited. We're very excited. Guys, you may have or may have not, we actually did. I did the sign up page for the Lumen 5 webinar in Lumen 5 for you. So I did a copy of that. This is the video and the webinar skills webinar you've been waiting for. It's the one that's got me out of bed with the cold, so that's awesome. Oh, we've been hit by an awesome flu here, Michael, and Australia. Everyone, if you've got it, you're not getting out of bed for a couple of days.
I didn't know
Um,
people catch the cold in Australia.
you do, and
It's
it
just
happens to happen at this
such a perfect
spring.
place.
Yeah, and it happens to happen at spring, which is always sucky. But anyway, the reason we've got Michael here is to chat with us about Lumen 5 and how we can actually repurpose our blog posts and reuse our blog posts with video. Okay, so guys, you've seen me talk recently about being flagged in Facebook as a spammer, for not changing up your content when you share your blog post. LinkedIn is now promoting video. I've got clients out there sharing their video from Lumen 5 with their blog posts who aren't a two-camera person normally. So they're using Lumen 5 to take those key messages and share that content out there. And this is the man who's created the tool for us. And I'm going to hand you over to Michael. Guys, first question first that we want in the chat box before I do that, because, I've forgotten something already this morning, is can you pop into the chat box for us and let us know if you have used video at all before? Just so that we've got an idea of what we're dealing with, and say hi to us. And if you've got any questions throughout, just pop it up in the chat box. Little chat icon at the side. Hi, Sonia. How are you?
Hey, Sonia.
Hey,
Wow.
Chantel. Hey, Joe. Just 30 minutes ago. Hey, Mark. Hey, Liv. Hey,
Hello.
Jan. Awesome. Yay. Love seeing you. Hey, Penny. Hey, Mike. Hey, Zoe. Oh my gosh, there is so many of us this morning. This is awesome. Guys, thanks for joining us. I love that we're alive. So this is our 11 o'clock time slot. I get people out of bed from the other side of the world to do this. Poor Ben from Missing Letter was a 2 a.m.
Oh.
conversation with us. Well, he chooses to live in the UK, but he wanted to talk to our guys. So they're a pretty cool community, Michael. So I'm going to hand you over to Michael, guys. He's going to show you video best practices, what we need to know, and how we can actually use this tool within our business. And I'm looking forward to learning some things because I've just been playing with Lumen 5 about how I can use it better in my business as well. So I'm going to turn my camera off, Michael, and let you present. So you're the presenter, so you can share your screen whenever you like, or just have a chat with us, whatever you want to do first.
All right. Well, hello, everyone. As much as this is a conversation between Linda and I do want to keep the chat open so that at any
Yep,
time, if you have any questions or you want to participate in the conversation, that would be great. Just a bit
ask
of
away.
background. My name is Michael Chang. I'm currently the co-founder of Lumen 5, and it's a platform that we really created to help people like all of you guys create video content. So I see in the chat that some of you have tried to make videos before. And if you've ever tried to make a video, you know that it's not easy. Video is on a complete different league compared to photos or writing up a blog post where all you need is a keyboard. With video, suddenly you've got moving images, you've got sound, you've got timing, you've got building up the narrative, and you've got larger files that you want to work with. How do you upload a file that's a couple hundred megabytes? And so there's so many different problems when it comes to creating videos. And about a year and a half ago, we really cracked down. My co-founders and I, our team sat down and said, "Hey, this is big. People want to use video. You look at Facebook and you look at Twitter, or as LinkedIn that you mentioned earlier."
Yeah.
Video is so favored by these search engines. Google is showing videos, and Facebook's showing videos all the time. People on mobile want to watch videos. They don't want to read tiny fonts and lots of text while they're on the bus. So videos really become this big thing. But unfortunately, technology hasn't caught up to make it easy to make videos. And that's in essence what we wanted to do. And so hopefully through the next 10, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, I'll walk through the whole experience. I'll go through a quick rundown of what it's like to create a video with Lumen 5, and I do promise you that it's extremely easy. That's just the way we've designed it. One great news I want to start right off the bat is, as a team, we really believe in the freemium model. We believe in offering a free product for free that lots of people can use, and we make money from basically big enterprises who makes thousands of videos. So I'm not here to introduce a platform that you need to pay lots of money for. It's
Brandon
super
needs
accessible.
to say to you guys, it is worth branding your videos with your logos and everything like that. I love the freemium product, but it took
Yeah.
me about 3.5 hours to turn around and go, yep, I love this product enough to pay for it.
That's
And
great.
I didn't even go to the accounts team for approval because I just went, no, stuff it, I'm doing it anyway.
All right. That's
So
good.
bearing in mind that that is a really, really funky tool, and the cost of Lumen 5 is not cost prohibitive for you to do that. Inside that time frame, after we went branded, I had to put out 7 videos inside 2 hours.
Yeah, yeah. Unlimited videos for free. So
yeah, it's awesome. So worth it.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and pop open my screen share so I could actually show you guys instead of just me talking about this platform. All right. And if you guys have any problems seeing the screen share, just shoot me a message on chat, or Linda, maybe you can keep an eye on the chat while I dive into the platform.
Currently on camera. If you want to go off camera, you'll get better quality screen share. So if you want to turn the camera off at the top, that'll get you better quality screen share. There you go.
How's that?
Yay!
Great.
Perfect.
So I've actually prepared an article because I do want to talk a bit more about why video is so powerful in marketing. So I want to simultaneously educate you about the importance of video in marketing and create the video at the same time by creating a video with an article talking about how good video marketing is. So I'm just using a HuffPost article as an example here. Lumen 5 makes it super easy by allowing you to convert a blog post into a video. And so one of the big daunting tasks of creating a video is oftentimes you load up a big software and you start from scratch. You have a blank canvas and you don't know where to begin. And that's one of the problems that we identified and decided that if we allow people to start with a blog post, everybody has blog posts, or we can very easily find blog posts out there that we can use as a starting point. So that's exactly what we're going to do here today. So I picked this article out, HuffPost. And this is the beginning of the Lumen 5 experience, where you're asked to simply provide a link to an article. And so again, if you run your own blog, this is going to be fantastic. Or of course, you can go on Google News or something and find something in your industry or your niche. And you can use that as a starting point as well. So I'm going to go ahead and
guys, for those who are Thinkific course creators and creating courses, use your sign-up pages. There's lots of our guys out there at the moment. Use your sign-up pages and share your information that way. If you're hosting webinars, it's another good opportunity as well.
Absolutely. It doesn't have to be an article. It could be a Kickstarter page. It could be your sign-up page, landing page, anything. So I'm going to go ahead and hit create. And what that's going to do is Lumen 5 now, within a split second, went to that link and grabbed me the contents. And so what I'm doing here is I'm building the storyboard. And as you can see, immediately, I'm not starting from scratch. I already have something to work with, and what I'm trying to do here is to build a narrative, because I don't want this entire article in the video. I don't really want an hour-long movie. We're not making Hollywood feature films here. What we really want is a 60-second, maybe 30-second video that we can share on social. So let's see here. So I can click on any sentence, and it would be included in my storyboard. So of course, let's just use video marketing has been unanimously chosen as one of the rising stars in marketing corridors. So I'm just going to do a little trimming to make sure that the sentences aren't too long. Some great stats, and this is why I picked the article. I think this is great. According to Syndicast, 74% of all internet traffic in 2017, this year, is video content. And so these are just really some staggering statistics. Email open rates, anyone who does any email marketing, you're looking at anything with the word video in the subject line increases the open rates simply by mentioning the word video, increases it by 19%, and click-through rates by 65%. So there's really some powerful stuff happening in the video world. And again, we're walking through some video stats, but what I'm doing, I'm actually building the storyboard for the video that we're creating right now. Facebook boosted video strategy last year. They announced that their video viewership doubled from 4 billion views to 8 billion views per day. So again, staggering numbers. And so let's just add one more, and I think we've got enough content. So you'll see on the right top corner here, it actually gives me an estimation of how long the video is going to be. And this is really helpful for building the storyboard, because you have an idea of how long you want your video to be, but you might not have a good concept of how long is one sentence really. And this gives you a good idea. We're getting close to our mark. We're at 41 seconds, maybe a couple more. So it looks like, to top it off, the fact that Google owns YouTube plays a huge role in the video's increased popularity. And this was we briefly mentioned it earlier, which is that search engines actually favor video content. So when you're posting a video, it's not just where you're posting it. It's being indexed by search engines. It's being watched by people on Facebook, YouTube. There's lots of different places where people interact with video. So we've got 55 seconds here. I'm going to wrap it up just with maybe this one here. 58% of people consider companies that produce videos to be more trustworthy. Again, very powerful stuff. So this is our storyboard. This is the summary of the article of the video that we're going to create. So we, of course, went through the stats from let's learn about video perspective, but you could have done this in a minute, maybe two, just clicking some sentences. And when I hit continue, this is really where the magic happens. This is where the Lumen 5 system does its work. If you kind of visit our landing page, you'll see a lot of mention about artificial intelligence and how our video creation platform is driven by machine learning and a lot of advanced technology. So a lot of the automation component is what makes Lumen 5 a really powerful platform. You'll see that we just skyrocketed and jumped from just a storyboard to having visuals. You'll see that the system actually picked relevant visuals. So you'll see that the system picked this YouTube player because we're talking about video content. And so it tries to make life a lot easier for you by already picking relevant images and videos for you so that you don't have to go on Getty and pay a couple $100s to buy this stuff. The system actually has a built-in media library that has millions of free contents, so free images, copyright free from the Creative Commons. One of the biggest headaches to creating video, of course, is where are you going to get all these videos, music, photos? And so that's a huge deterrent. A lot of people don't create videos because they don't have the resources to do it. But I'll do a quick demo of what the media library has. So let's say I type in cafe. You know, you've got beautiful images of cafe. That's all just sitting there waiting for you to use. Completely free, copyright free, so it's safe to use. I could do something like Dubai, you know, the cityscape of Dubai is usable. I can do computer, and the media library really has everything we need. And of course,
Liv's just asked, is it possible to use her own photos as well?
Yes, absolutely. So in the Uploads tab, conveniently next to the library, you can upload your own video. And you'll see that I have actually, I was creating something for a friend of mine who runs a martial arts studio. And here's an example of footage that he actually captured with his camera. And this is your private media library. There's the public media library, which is the millions of copyright-free content. And there's a private media library, which are your own uploads. So skipping back to the media library here, let's go ahead and build the video. So we're talking about videos, of course, naturally. Let's search for videos to find something that's relevant. So this first scene here is why video marketing is the new darling of the marketing world. So here, let's see, there's some filtering here. I'll go into it deeper. So this guy is taking a video. So see here, I'm dragging and dropping a very simple, easy to use user experience. And here it is. This is my scene. I can click on the preview to see what the scene looks like. And you'll notice that because I've selected a static image, that it automatically applies an animation to it so that it's not just a static image, that there's motion and animation. And all of that is built in so that you don't have to do that yourself. Again, I want to demonstrate the drag and drop. Just makes video creating so much easier than if you were to use something else. And you'll also notice in that, yeah, go ahead.
My 8-year-old daughter has created videos with my Lumen 5 account.
That's great. That's great. And something that I don't know if you've noticed, that if you use Lumen 5 a bit more, you'll notice that text positioning was actually automated. And so the system detects that there's a main subject in the center of the screen and decides for you where to place the text. So going back to earlier what I was talking about, the artificial intelligence component, part of what makes it so easy is you don't even have to think about where to put the text. And the system really makes a lot of these decisions for you. And on a typical day, if you're creating a video, what you would do is you would basically just drag a bunch of these images to populate it. If you don't like the defaults, of course, a lot of the times the defaults are quite good. So you might not have to do a lot of this. But I just want to show you that if you want to, you always have the choice to do so. And these are all video related stuff, but maybe I want to do something like phone to illustrate social media and people capturing photos. So there's a lot of different imagery that's available for you, everything from human subjects, people holding onto their phones, to actual cameras and devices. Okay, so here we
overlay image because it gives the text a really good opportunity to stand out. So like the one with the hand holding the phone where it's got it either side, I really like those images. They work really well on the videos.
Yeah, yeah. So there's portrait images, and then this is what it looks like. So I'm just going to do a quick preview. We're by no means done. And of course, if you're in a hurry and you want to create a video, you can go ahead and publish it as it is. So I'll just show you the demo of what it looks like. It's a lot like one of those Business Insider or BuzzFeed videos that you see on Facebook, where it's text-centric, so that when people are on mobile, especially on Facebook, when a lot of videos autoplay on silence, they'll be able to absorb the information even when they're on a loud train or on a bus. So the entire narrative is being displayed here in this preview. But of course, you can publish it and it's fine. You're probably going to get great engagements. But for this session, I want to show you how to actually make your videos look great. Part of that is highlighting, keyword highlighting.
Zoe's asked us how much customizing is included in fonts and text and positioning.
All right, let's dig into it. Great time.
Yeah.
So you'll see that there's three main tabs: media, referring to images, and I didn't show you icons, but icons are quite cool too. So if I do videos, I can actually spice it up and add. Let's do this one. It's a cool webcam, and so it kind of does a little animation as well. So text positioning. So you can see here that, oh, the webcam is actually quite a bit larger and I've got 4 lines of text. I can change the text positioning to wherever I want it to be. So I'll put it in the corner here and then that looks great. So there's quite a bit of customization, but notice that these are quite pre-selected. So it's not so much decision where you have to think about pushing pixels and make it pixel perfect. We've made it easy in that you really only have a quadrant to choose from. And so it creates less room for error as you're speeding through these videos. You can choose text positioning, but it's not extremely frustrating to get the positioning right because the options are quite streamlined. So I want to show you the branding tab now, the question about the customizations, of course. First things first, with a video that's primarily text, of course, font choices are important. You know, I quite like this one, but of course there's other options as well. So this one looks maybe a bit more futuristic. I actually quite like this one. We're talking about video, we're talking about technology, so maybe we don't go with a sans serif approach. There's ones that are a bit more playful. So I quite like this one, so let's go ahead. So you'll see that there's a couple colors to choose from. Right now, the icon's sitting on a black background. Doesn't have to. We can make it blue. We can make it green. Just above it, you'll see highlight color. And this part's actually quite neat. So for Lumen 5, our color is blue. If I click blue now, you'll see that the system actually decides automatically what's important in your sentence and highlights it for you. And this is something that we're constantly improving on. But if you don't like the automatic highlighting, because sometimes you might want to draw emphasis on a different word and the system might not understand necessarily, all you're doing is selecting it just like you do in a Word document. You hit highlights. Now I've got video marketing highlighted. I want to draw attention towards like unanimously chosen, powerful words that I want people to focus on. So highlighting, of course, gives your video a great deal of personality. So now you can see that with pink text, it looks like a completely different brand. This is especially great if you have multiple brands or products that you represent, or even clients that you create videos for, to be able to really customize it for their branding and personality. For me, I'm just going to use blue because Lumen 5's branding is blue. And you'll see here that it really represents our brand.
Awesome.
Okay.
Getting lots of positive comments saying this is awesome. How did I not know about it sooner? And I'm saying it is you.
Yeah.
So I think I found you at 1 o'clock in the morning one night, so surfing the web, Michael. So
well, it's a good thing you stayed up that night.
Yeah.
So I also want to show you the different scene types. So here, according to Syndicast, 74%, blah, blah, blah. Of course, it would look better as a quote. And so you can see that there's pre-designed scene types. It says enter quote source. Cool. It's quite neat, right? So I instead of saying according to Syndicast, wouldn't it be so much better if I actually use this pre-designed quote box to say that here? I'm just going to get rid of that sentence. And that looks quite great. 74% of all internet traffic in 2017 will be video, and I'll emphasize that word. So you'll see that this looks so different already, and you'll see that it automatically blurs the background too. We didn't change the media file, but the system applies a blurred effect because now it knows that it's going to focus on the quotes. And of course, there's a little spell check here. Don't worry about it. That's just Chrome. That underline isn't actually going to show up. So I want to go back to the front and show you again the scene type. So it's not just quote. I can do a title, which just makes it huge. Maybe you want to capture attention or you want to communicate a certain point. Again, our design philosophy is very much around simplicity. We don't want to give you 20 different font sizes to choose from. It's quite simple in title and text, quotes. And so we keep these options very streamlined to, number one, make it so that there's less room for making mistakes and making a video look bad, but also that there's very little intensity when it comes to a video. You can create it in minutes without getting frustrated quite easily.
Yep, loving it.
So just again, I like to play with quotes today. I like to hit the preview button per scene just to see what things look like, and you'll notice that these animations really add to the feeling. If it's not moving, then you're really just building a PowerPoint deck. You're not really building a video. So the animations help with that. Before I dive into watermark and logo, which are great, I want to show you the media filter. So earlier I filtered it by icons. The videos are some of my favorite. And this is really where the media library really shines, is because a lot of people can take photos, but taking good videos are extremely difficult. So take here a nice sky. I can drag it over and you'll see that now I'm no longer working with an image. Now I have a video background and it looks so much more lively. So let's pick a video related one. This one looks quite good. So why video marketing is the new darling of the marketing world. And you've got a little camera movement. It looks organic. I can do, so earlier we did some searches on phones. So there's lots of great people interacting with a device, which is just so great. So 74% of internet traffic. Let's add a bit of movement in here. Now, when I hit preview, you'll see, wow, it's actually a person scrolling through a phone. And once again, Getty could charge you lots of money for using a stock video like that, or iStock. Not to pick on Getty, I just mean premium stock in general can be expensive.
What happens with us from the licensing perspective on that, Michael? Is it because we're creating Neighborhood 5, we've got the backup with that? Is that correct? Or Getty's not going to come after us at any stage in time?
So these are not Getty images. I just want to make that very clear. These are Creative Commons. If you're not familiar with Creative Commons, there's a lot of artists in the world that believe these great photos and videos should be made available so that people can create even more beautiful things with it. So they release it.
Pixabay user community here.
That's right. So you can use these images copyright free, and I'll show you a bit later on the different types of attributions that could appear in the video.
Joe has just asked, can we bring Shutterstock images that we've purchased across without an issue?
Yes, absolutely. So when you purchase something from a paid stock provider, you have the rights to use it in your project. Through the Uploads tab, you would be able to upload your Shutterstock stuff. And in the future, as developers, we'd love to build in integrations where you can just sign into your Shutterstock account. That's something we're working on right now, and I think it'll be great for people who have paid media accounts. What would happen is under the filter, you'd have your little Shutterstock checkbox, and you'd be able to search it the same way you do it on Shutterstock.
Fantastic.
Yeah, so continuing on, of course, videos just look better than images. You'll find that there's a lot more images just because images are easier to create. And there's more of them out there. Videos are a bit more rare, so I like to sprinkle them in where I get some pictures, some videos, and so forth. Another point I want to touch on is the music library. This is also fantastic. I'm not a composer. I don't know if you guys are great musicians and composers, but of course it's super difficult. How are you going to get a soundtrack? Again, same concept, copyright free. These are Creative Commons music, thousands of tracks for you to choose from, separated by mood. So if you're making a video on a more serious subject, you might sort it by sad. And I don't actually think my audio is going to come through here. So you guys are going to have to play around with the media library yourself. But you can click the play button to kind of listen to what it's like. You'll see that there's dance and electronic, country and folk. I might want funky here maybe. Maybe funky and dance and electronic. So once I hit select, it would apply it to the video. Again, I don't think the video is going to come through over the webinar, but once you click it, and then if you actually preview the video, it's going to be a lot more immersive with the audio, because audio is such a big component of a video, so it's unfortunate you don't actually hear the music right now. But when you create your video, it will be there. So let's...
Joe's just asked, can I upload audio as well? Is that something we can do yet, or is that still coming?
Yeah, audio upload, I think we're actually releasing within the next 2 weeks. It's going to be
There is
great.
so much happening, guys.
Yeah,
Lumen 5 behind the scenes. It's so many new features come out, and you just go, oh, that's exciting. Let's go play.
yeah. While we're on the subject, there's an actual update widget that just shows you all the things that we've pushed out in the past 2 weeks. New slide interface. Now you can add square frame. Now you can upload videos. You can choose fonts, eligibility. So yeah, we're working on new things. We haven't prioritized.
Instagram.
Yeah,
It's
I'll show
amazing.
square frame. I'll show square frame towards the end, which would be great. The music upload, we haven't prioritized it as much as the others because most people don't have their own music. And so it hasn't been highly requested. But we're at a point now where some people actually do have their own music, and it would be great. And so we're going to release it soon. So let's go. Yeah, let's go back into branding because branding is so important. We're here talking about video marketing, and of course, branding is a big component. So you'll see here that this is what we call an outro slide. You probably see it a lot when a video ends. So I use the HuffPost article. I'm just going to use the HuffPost logo here. For your own blog, of course, you use your own logo, whatever you'd like it to be, and you'll see that it shows up nicely right there. And this is the last scene that the user is going to see. You want to leave them with a good impression that, hey, let's just do like this video, share it. So you'll see this is what it looks like. Of course, you can use it as a URL. Let's do sign up for Lumen 5 at lumen5.com. So realistically, that's what you're going to do. It's a call to action. It's your final points. You want to drive your video viewer to do something.
Sonia just asked, is it possible to have the logo appear throughout the video? Yes, you can watermark it. I'm sure Michael will show us that.
Let's go ahead and do it. So watermark just above the logo. We're just going to toggle this on. I just learned today that this is what HuffPost's watermark look like. It just looks like two little green square. You might have a more exciting one. So that's going to look a little better for you. I'm just uploading that right now, and you'll see already that on the right top corner of my video, it's already showing the placeholder kind of black image. I might have accidentally uploaded a giant square here, so this is going to take a while. But you get the point. Guys,
a tip from my point of view, if you're wanting to load your logo as a watermark, is jump into Canva and just add a slightly transparent background against it. So slightly transparent colored background against it. So it's actually going to pop and show up, especially if you've got black. It doesn't show as easily. Right.
Absolutely. I'm just going to adjust because I'm a perfectionist and adjust the highlight color. Yeah, so you can see now that we'll preview the video again. There's a watermark that sits nicely in the right top corner. You would have your own logo there instead of the HuffPost, of course. And it ends on the last scene. So I'll just show you the last scene, and it's going to jump into the outro scene where it's going to show the logo and the call to action. Yeah. So that's the branding component. And of course, we're working on a bunch of ways to make it even better, different brand profiles so you can toggle between them instead of uploading a logo every time. We've got recommended colors. So for those of you who are not happy with our pre-selection, of course, you can have the infinite rainbow at your disposal. You can include your own color code to make it so that it's specifically your brand color. So that's more or less it. What I like to do is I like to just look through the video, make sure I do some spell checks. If it looks a bit wordy, I like to trim it down. For example, 8 billion views per day to 4 to 8 billion views per day. I might just do, maybe 4 to 8 billion views per day. Yeah. So this kind of stuff is really helpful because you want to be mindful of the people who are going to be watching your video. They're going to be on mobile. They're going to be busy. You don't want to put too much text. Otherwise, they might as well be reading an article. So I am going to hit continue here. And you will see the great square frame. You probably recognize the preview immediately. Probably recognize all the videos you've seen. So I'm going to do something like, are you doing any video marketing yet? And so hopefully you've seen these type of videos before. We call them square frames. Some people call them meme videos or square videos, whatever you have it. It really captures attention. It's a frame that appears persistently throughout the entire video. Again, if you're not familiar with square videos, they're popular because they take up more real estate on the phone. So when you're on your phone, which are usually vertical, square takes up more space than a sideways landscape video. And the black bars give you an opportunity to really capture people's attention by saying something really interesting to hook them in, or you could do something like, let's sign up for Lumen 5. Lumen5.com. So it can be a call to action as well.
Yep. Awesome.
Yeah, it's very prominent.
Joe says, nice using the frame.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm going to play with frames a little bit more too today, Joe. I think my day is just gone playing with more tips from Lumen 5.
Yeah, we want to push these features more up in front and center too. We've just been releasing more features than we've been able to introduce to people. So we'll definitely do a better job on that. So video resolution, 480p is of course great for mobile, social. If you want to do something a bit more heavy duty, you can do 1080 HD. The 720 usually works great. There's a Lumen 5 logo in the credits. It's not showing up here. It depends on whether or not you need credits. So if I don't want to go too deep into it, but with Creative Commons and copyright-free media, there's two types. One where you have to provide an attribution to the original author, one where you don't. And if there is, Lumen 5 will automatically generate a credit scene at the end. And it looks like a movie credit scene kind of that would just show if you use this sort of photo. Yeah. And there's a logo there. You can hide it, show it, whatnot. I'm just going to go ahead and click publish. It says I didn't pick a music, which is fine. I didn't actually pick a music. So there's a lot of warnings that'll kind of guide you along the way so that you don't accidentally create a silent video. So I want to show some of the videos that I've created in the past. Our page is probably the best way. Of course, we stand by our own products. Our content strategy completely revolves creating and sharing videos very similarly to the ones that we just demonstrated. So I think the first one,
Another question just asked us, can you add voiceover after video creation?
That's something we're working on, but it's quite easy for you to do it if you have any kind of video software. You can just hit the record button.
Guys, I have done it in WeVideo. So I've taken my Lumen 5 video file and just popped it into WeVideo and done my audio voiceover recording as it's playing in front of me. Once again, WeVideo's drag and drop stuff is equally easy to use.
Yeah, WeVideo, video editing software. Lumen 5 basically takes care of the heavy duty stuff. So you already have the video content. If you want to add an audio track, there's lots of software that makes it easy. And then, give it a month or so, we'll probably release that feature as well, just depending on what people are looking for. So you'll see here, could VR be the next marketing trend? And this is Square Frame in action. It's using some customization stuff that I didn't even get a chance to go through, like the black bars. So when it comes to legibility, really capturing people's attention. These are the types of videos that we create and share. And you can do that as well. They just look so much better than if you were posting links and pure photos. So our news feed has completely become this interactive, video-based, very eye-catching stuff. This is exactly the HuffPost article that I actually spent time creating, did more focus attention on playing with the words, making it look good. So I also want to show you very quickly something called Smart Templates. Now, Linda, I don't know if you've played with Smart Templates before.
Play with Smart Templates with the business content. So yeah, we get that little email that pops up in the inbox saying Lumen 5's made a video for you.
So this is very interesting stuff, highly experimental. You can expect this to essentially get really, really good at some point, but this is the heavy-duty artificial intelligence component where you give the system an RSS feed. So I'll just show you the RSS feeds that I've entered. So you enter in the RSS feed, and if you're not familiar with RSS feeds, every blog has a feed. It just is a listing of all the recent entries on that blog. When you add in an RSS feed, Lumen 5 will actually go through and automatically create a video template for you. So we spent the first 5 to 10 minutes picking the script and picking some images, but Smart Templates does all of that for you. And the concept is that you can wake up in the morning and there would be essentially a completed video waiting for you in the inbox so that you don't even have to spend the 5 minutes to create the video. The video is created for you. So I'll just preview this one right now. 3 takeaways from Inbound 2017. which is kind of cool. Inbound took a uniting 20,000
And we can
plus.
hear the audio in that, so that's awesome.
Yeah, there's audio, there's a script that kind of allows you to confirm it. And so if I hit choose template, it would actually pop me to the final stage where I can publish the video and maybe do some finishing touches. So there's a high degree of automation involved here that allows you to create lots of videos, rely on automation to be able to release even more videos, especially for small businesses. If you don't have a big team, this type of feature is great for that. And so all you need is an RSS feed. Yeah, yeah, great.
Because it's also reminding me when we schedule content out for CBB, so we're scheduling 2-3 months ahead, it reminds me that we've got a great article because I get an email going, hey, we've created a video. I was like, oh, okay, make that one up.
Right, absolutely. So I will quickly show what happens after you create the video. So let's just take this virtual reality one. Once the video is completed, and usually it takes on average 3 minutes right now for the system to compile the video. So although the preview looks great, that is a mock-up of what the video will look like. The system will actually generate the video. A huge part of that is compression. So I don't know if you've noticed, the video files from Lumen 5 are actually extremely small, which is extremely, extremely useful when you're sharing it on social, because you don't want to be uploading 100 megabyte files, which you often do result in if you're creating your own videos. So I can upload to Facebook, which is very self-explanatory, or I can download the video. And when I download the video, it sits on my computer as an MP4 file. Here it is. I'm just watching it on my computer. Oh, it won't stop playing the music. You don't hear it, but it's like glaring.
Oh, we can hear it. We can hear it.
Oh, you can hear it?
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's great too. Pause, yeah. All right. Okay, and so I just want to do a quick demo. I happen to use Buffer, but you can do this with eClincher, Hootsuite, whatever it may be. A lot of these social sharing dashboards now supports video upload across multiple social media platforms. So I've hooked up Twitter, Facebook, Google+, and LinkedIn. All I'm doing is click on this add a video. And so I just downloaded it. I find the video in my downloads folder, and Buffer here is going to upload the video. I can include a message. It works the same way as if you're just posting a photo. And what happens is once you click post, your video will get posted to all of your social channels, and it's going to look something like this. And you'll see that if I go to our Twitter, the feed looks the same. It's the same content. It's the same great video because I've used a platform like Buffer to easily share that video across different social platforms, and just makes life so much easier.
For guys who are using an evergreen social programmer, so if you're using something like eClincher or Meet-Edgar that has the evergreen queues, make sure your videos are going into that recycle queue. If the content's reusable, you don't want to have to load it every time. You want it to go out again and again and again and reuse it. So use those evergreen queues to your advantage.
Yeah. So some videos are very timely, where I'm talking about maybe Facebook launched this feature for video and I would only want to share it once. But sometimes, like you said, I have evergreen content like videos and SEO. It's going to be relevant for at least a year or two. I can pump this into my evergreen box and share this maybe once a month, once every 2 months. And that'll give me so much content to work with, especially on Twitter, where really the items are only seen for a day and then they kind of go away and it gets buried into the deep news feed of Twitter. So you do want to be resharing these videos. Not only do you capture so much attention by having video content that's moving and interesting, resharing that just gives you more of that, even more of that.
Yes. And look, it's reshare. Guys, you might get sick of sharing your message, but remember you've got to keep sharing it for it to be effective. Because not everyone's going to see it. It keeps news feeds move so quickly nowadays.
Yeah, and you probably noticed in the description of the events, repurposing content is a big part of what Lumen 5 is all about as well. Is you have a message, but you can communicate that message in so many different ways. You can do it with a blog post, you can do it with a cool photo, with an image, but now you can also add video to another way you can communicate your message, so that you're not really bombarding your audience with the same message. You're really communicating the message in so many different ways.
Yep. Liv, is that clearer for me coming through?
I get a bit of echo. Yeah,
I'm getting echo. but I thought it was coming back. I was coming back through your speakers.
I can turn down my volume, but I think it was a bit better earlier.
Beautiful. Was I better before, guys, or after? Which way do you want me? Now. Okay, everyone's saying I'm better on their end now. Okay.
Okay, great. That's
Voice
great.
of God, Joe, I'm going to quote you on that one.
So so that's the video creation process. If I go back to my dashboard here, your dashboard, your Lumen 5 dashboard is where all of your videos will live. So you can always access these video files no matter how old they are. And it just becomes your own little repository of video content, which you can eventually use to build maybe a YouTube playlist if you wanted to, or if you want to share them on a new social network that comes out a year from now. So it's good to have all those resources readily available for you.
Download them anyway, guys. You want to have a backload and that sort of stuff. Michael, if you could do one thing for me, that would be awesome. If we could load them straight to Google Drive, that would make my life so much easier.
Yeah. So Google Drive integration, Dropbox integration, those are definitely things that we're working on. It makes it especially easy for platforms like Instagram. I'm sure people were interested in. Instagram does not allow you to post stuff from your computer, especially videos.
Yes.
So having something like a Google Drive will allow you to pop open your mobile device, open the video, download the video from a Dropbox or Google Drive and post it from there. So currently you can still do that, of course, just simply by downloading the video, moving it over to Google Drive. But we do want to do a lot more integrations. So
but you know I run my business from a Tab Pro, so I don't want to download.
Of course.
My girls forced me to move to the cloud this year, and it's been great because I literally do not use a desktop unless I'm doing major heavy editing. I'm echoing again. Sorry, guys. I'm coming as close as I can to the mic. Joe's asked us, is there LinkedIn integration?
So currently just the Facebook integration, but that doesn't mean you can't post it to LinkedIn. You just need to download the video very much the same way as we've done just a couple minutes ago. And so what I really like to do is to just, when I post it on Buffer, I have LinkedIn already plugged in, which means my video will go to LinkedIn. And so in that sense, we don't really want to become a Buffer or eClincher competitor. We believe that those guys are really good at what they do. And so we focus on making the videos. And if you want to distribute the contents, a lot of these platforms will make life a lot easier, like choosing the thumbnail, for example. So I just wanted to show that the video that we created together here live is ready. I can download this. I can share this. There's the frame with the call to action that we set up. And as you can see, there's a lot more animations too. It runs a lot smoother because the preview is not the actual final video. Here you've got text animations, you've got scene transitions. Our watermark that we added is of course there. And our outro scene with the logo and the share this video, that is all there now. 51 seconds ready for us to download, share it, and do whatever you want with it basically. I want to cover I had prepared this Evernote because I just thought it was so interesting. What I do is I collect what I call these data-driven testimonials because we're always interested in what are people doing with the videos? What kind of results are they seeing? So, we're seeing these. My first video got 1.3 million views. And that kind of blows my mind, the power of video. We read about it from a statistics standpoint, but I'll actually click on the video here to see what it is. So you'll see that this video got millions of views, but they have 10,000 followers. So it's not like they have millions of followers. And this is the whole viral nature of video is when people share it, it really goes beyond your immediate network. And people love sharing videos way more than they do anything else. So 53,000% growth when it comes to reach. These numbers are just staggering. And I like it because it's not a Huffington Post article. These are actual users who use Lumen 5 to create a video, to share it. Another video here reaching over 2 million people. So you can actually see here just below, let me pause their video. That it'll show you it actually reached 1.4
I'm not
million.
sure if Brad is watching, but Brad is one of my clients who's a painter, and he isn't blogging yet. He doesn't have his blog ready, but he's putting his painting tips for looking after the paintwork within your house into Lumen 5 and sharing it as part of his video content. And his user base have said, I can't believe you're sharing tips with me. This is awesome. No other painter does this. So it's about thinking outside of the square, guys, too.
That is awesome. That is awesome. And I just wanted to show again, 1.4 million views, and this page only has 6,000 likes. And that's something that
Wow.
I always look at is, I see these people with millions of views and I think, oh, they must have millions of followers. But that is not the case. It's just that people love videos. They love sharing videos. And I'll just quickly skim through this video here. You'll see that a lot of the text positioning and all the imagery that we cover, there's the watermark that we talked about, and you can create a video just like this with an outro here, like the page and share the video. And just people love reacting to the content of the video. Video is just so much more engaging than anything else. And when people love to share it, it just gives you such a strong reach beyond your own audience. And that's really the power of video.
Awesome.
So I am going to hop off screen share and come back.
And I'll come on as well. We can have a chat. Here we go. Just need you to click the camera on button up the top, Michael.
Hello.
Yay!
We're back.
Hey guys, I apologise if I'm still echoing, but hopefully the rather crappy, slow internet that Michael wouldn't even know of in the States is participating a little bit nicer with us now. Has anyone got any questions for us? Okay, Michael has an offer for you guys, so I'm going to let him pop it in the chat box, and I'm going to thank you all for joining us today. We actually got a skills webinar. Michael, congratulations. We got our first skills webinar done in time today. So thank you very much for working with me on that one. If you could share the link. Are you able to change the font on the outro message? Yes, you can, can't you? I believe you can change the font on the outro.
The font is, absolutely.
Yeah. I think it's the same font you select throughout. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct. They are
beautiful. Yeah, fantastic. I can't wait to see the videos coming out. What I'm going to do is I'm going to post a thread within the BBB group that you can come and show us all your videos that you put up on your Facebook page, like our blog post page, like all of those. So I'm looking forward to seeing your Lumen 5 messages. The key, guys, is if you post a link, I want you to go and comment on at least 3 of the others so that we show each other a bit of support about doing this one around so that we can show it off and you can show Michael what you've been doing as well.
Yeah. So I have got the link that you mentioned a few times. I will also post this link. I would also like to post this link on the Facebook group as well. So make sure everyone.
Yeah, go for it.
Here it is. It seems like some people are having difficulty.
Hearing me, yeah, it's good fun.
Well, it's good that they can hear me.
I'm hoping the replay comes out okay.
Yeah, nothing super important. You're not missing anything big. We're just talking about. So we had discussed previously to offer a special discount joining us.
Joe, you've got us loud and clear on both. I should have got you to record me just in case.
Yeah, so the link will give you a lifetime 25% discount if you choose to upgrade to the Pro plan, which is, again, completely optional. The free plan has lots of great stuff. You can create unlimited videos without paying anything. And, of course, if you really love the platform and you want to support our development work, then upgrading to Pro is, of course, much appreciated. And now you have a discount to go along with that. And we'll share that on the group as well. I will absolutely.
And it'll be on the website as well. Yeah, it'll be on the website. How long have we got with that one, Michael? Is that how long have they got to take up the offer?
Usually coupons, we keep them up for at least 3 months. So I'll do just that. And then, of course, if you somehow miss the 3 months, just shoot me an email. Very accessible. I answer all my emails every single day. My email address is just mike@lumen5.com, mike@lumen5.com. I also will make myself available in the Facebook group just to make sure that if there's a replay and people have questions, there's lots more features that I didn't even get a chance to cover to kind of make more out of your video marketing strategy. Multiple logins for one account. So not yet. Feel free to share your login with your team if you would like. We are on the verge of completing what we call a collaboration suite of tools, and that will involve not just multiple logins, but also multiple brand profiles for people who are representing different clients.
Yeah, $36. Yeah, $36.75 a month for lifelong. So that's a lifelong discount for you guys. How much did you say it was off, Michael? I can't even remember. I just paid it.
It's 25% off of $50 per month.
That's awesome, guys. That's a really huge saving. Like, I know we paid it, but the return on time we saved was there within minutes.
Yeah, and if you're doing video ads, you'll already see a very clear ROI just from the click-throughs and conversions
Yep.
that you get from that.
Fantastic. Thank you for joining us, Michael. Now, guys, you may not also know, Michael's also the founder of Snipply, so we'll have him back at another stage in time. We're just planning out the rest of the webinars for this year and early next year. So I look forward to being able to touch base with Michael and organise some more times for him to come back and talk to us. So thank you very much, everyone, for joining us today. We've had a blast.
Yeah, it was fun. Thank you, everyone. I'm sure more questions will come in. As you use it, you might have more questions. Just ask it in the Facebook group, and I will make sure to answer it.
Fantastic. Thanks, guys. Lovely to see you all again. Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.